G'day guys, Chaos Chronicles. All right, so I want to have a chat about like the effect what prison has on your family, and this is like something what gets overlooked all the time, and it plays a big part in your jail sentence because, and if you're sitting there thinking no it's not going to play a part in my jail sentence. I don't talk to my family. I can promise you, even if you don't talk to your family, if you've never been to prison, the first people you are going to call when you get locked up is going to be your family. Um, and you're going to be asking them for any type of help whatsoever. So, these things get overlooked. So just to put it into perspective, all right? So let's hop back into my shoes when I got my big sentence. And, even before my big sentence, when the prosecution were actually asking for 14 years on top and 11 years on the bottom. So serve 11 years and then have 3 years parole, and you don't always get out on your parole date. But like, imagine having to sit your mum down at that visit table and tell her that you're definitely not coming home for 10 years. You're about to do a brick, right? And that's what everyone calls it in prison. It's called a brick. And so, imagine sitting there having to tell your kids, Daddy's not coming home for 10 years. Do you know what I mean? It's easy to sit across that visit table and tell your children you're at work when you've only got 6 to 12 months. But when you've got 10 years, mate, your kids are going to smarten up in that time and know that you've been lying to them. And these are all things that get like massively overlooked when people are about to do crime and that. I know myself, I wish that I had like a tiny bit of consequential thinking skills when I was in that case, because then I believe I wouldn't have done as much jail as I did and wouldn't have been as much trouble as I got in. And, you know, people need to think that your family, because after you get settled in at prison and that, it's not hard on us guys. It's literally the people that are doing the legit time are your family. And so, don't do that to them. If you've got children like myself, my kids missed out on, I got a 9 year sentence. That is like, it's almost all of some of my kids' lives, and it's definitely 2/3 of the rest of them. And it's things like that you can't take back. So you're out there, and I understand that most crimes now are committed because people have drug addiction, right? And it's a very rare you see criminals that just go out and do earns because they like money and don't do drugs. It does happen, but the whole meth scene took the world by storm. And it seems that people that are in that world somehow, and I know what it's like because this is exactly what it's like, right? When you're that entrenched into like that criminal world and the rest of your family aren't, so they can't understand it, you automatically just think that everybody looks down on you, everybody hates you, no one understands you, and this is where it takes for you to be a man or a lady, and you need to like man up or woman up. And and like, it's so hard for me to explain like the actual effect that this has on your family, like, and because it has that effect on your family, it's going to have an effect on you as well. And so next time you are going to be doing crime or whatever, just step back for 1 minute and have a think. I've got children. I'm not going to come home for 10 years. All it takes is for you to go out with all your mates. A couple of yous are carrying weapons, guns, knives, bats, or whatever. You get in a fight, you have to use a weapon. Next thing you know, you are in jail for 10 years for defending yourself. So, you have to weigh up the pros and cons. And you know, at the end of the day, your family is going to be there forever, and your friends will come and go. You will see that. And I've said it in previous videos before, out of 10 of your friends, 6 of them are going to tell on you. at the end. I promise you that, and that's probably been a little bit lenient. I could probably say, 8 of them. Like in my experience and most of my mates' experience, it's only 1 or 2 people out of a group that end up being the actual real staunch ones that don't talk in the police station, and so it's not worth it for that reason. Like I promise you now, if you're a crew that's just starting out, you're doing small earns, this and that, there's going to be a time when you get pinched, yeah? And then I promise you, you are going to sit there in that interview room and you're going to be like, damn, chaos is right, And I am, because yeah, it's, it's just not worth it, guys. And it literally upsets me now to see so much talented, um, young men that can be doing so much things. Some people have got so much skill, like artistically, mechanically, or whatever, Just dive all of your passion. If you put every single bit of energy, what you put into doing an earn to get crack, into doing something positive, you would be an absolute amazing person. People get lost in this journey in the meth world or any drug addiction, and they seem to forget who they really are. And, you know, you really just need to take a step back and really just think, I've got children, I've got a mother, I'm going to have to sit there and tell my mum I'm not coming home for 10 years. I'm going to have to tell my dad, my kids, my daughter, my son, daddy's not coming home for 10 years. Like, just picture that. And like, because I know what it's like now with all these crimes. People are doing crimes that are going to be getting them 10 years no matter what. So it's not worth it, guys. You need to think about your family, because they're the ones that do the hard time. They're the ones that fill your account. They're the ones that, give you everything you need when you're in prison, and you love them so much when you're in prison, but you seem to forget all about that when you get out of prison. Just have that same love that you have in your heart when you're in prison for your family. That's your real person. That's who you really are. No drugs, no nothing. That's the real you. And if you can get back to that outside, well, then you are kicking goals, absolute goals. So just take a step back. Once again, I'm not preaching. I'm not a preacher. Do you know what I mean? I just think that people need to take a step back and have a look and assess the situation. Is it worth doing 10 years jail over $5,000? Because I can promise you it ain't. You know what I mean? For me I am never ever gonna put myself in that situation again. But back in the day, I wouldn't even consider getting out of bed unless it was 100 grand plus, 50 grand plus at least, because otherwise it's just not worth it, guys. But yeah, that's what you need to do, guys. You need to just take a step back, think about your family, and 100% you'll be sweet next time. And just go home. Just go home instead of going out rorting. That's all you need to do. Just go home. All right, guys, I've been the Chaos Chronicles. You guys have been absolutely awesome. I will see you guys in the next video, and thank you so much for everyone's interaction in the comment section. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to smash that bell. That way you won't miss any of my videos. And chuck a comment. I'll reply to all my comments, and I will see you guys on the next clip. Ciao.